Hello and welcome to Cornerstone Community Center. We'll be dropping the puck here shortly on the JV matchup between the Notre Dame Tritons and the Eau Claire North Huskies. Hayden McCarron starting this off here, face off. Puts it back to Benedetti. Benedetti off the wall over to Keegan McCarron. McCarron enters the zone. Tries to get to the center of the point for Lemieux. Lemieux dumps it back in. Picked up by McCarron. McCarron over to McCarron. Just block shot for Ben Carey there. Carey off the wall to Keegan McCarron. Off the wall to Carey in the corner. Back off the wall by North. Sent into the zone. Recovered by Lemieux. Just saved by Jafke. Picked up by North, entering the zone in the corner. Tries to get a shot off, can't get anything. And picked up by Phillips. Phillips moving through the neutral zone. Off the wall. Pass it over to Motter. Motter sent to the middle and picked up by North. North breaking it out. North regrouping in their defensive zone. Sent off the wall into the defensive zone and covered by Jashke. A defensive zone face-off here for Ian Noble. Covered by Bino behind the net. And that net came off. Another defensive zone face-off here for Noble. Noble wins it up. And dumped back in by North. Covered by Weed. Up to Otto. Otto tries getting it up to Osbar. Intercepted by Noble. Noble went on 2-on-1. Shoots. Saved. Hit by Osbar. Picked up by Noble. Noble over to Weed at the point. Weed shoots. It's wide. North sends it out, tipped by Vino and sent into the defensive zone. To be recovered by Frank with pressure on. Sends it off the wall, picked up by Vino. And dumped back in by North for a change. Or by Weed. Weed off the wall to Bushke. And dump back in. Pass to the middle. Shot just saved by Jafke. North still with possession. And dump back in. Recovered by Lemieux. Lemieux tries to get it off the wall, but intercepted by Eau Claire. And picked up by Benedetti up to Noble. Noble sends it in. Icing waved off. and sent off the wall back by Gio Karras. And sent back into the defensive zone. Recovered by Gio Karras. Picked up by Lemieux. That'll be a delayed penalty for a tripping call on Eau Claire North. I have an offensive zone face-off here for Hunter Bushke. Start off with power play. Back to the point for Benedetti. Benedetti over to Gio Karras. And Gio Karras dumps it into Osbar. Osbar out to Bushke. Bushke over to Gio Karras. Gio Karras shoots, saved. And sent out by North. Covered in the defensive zone by Gio Karras. Gio Karras makes a move around the net, taking it out. Pass it up to Osbar in the neutral zone. Osbar and Noble. And intercepted and sent out back to Weed. Weed kick out to Osbar. Out there over to Bino. Was just intercepted and sent back in the neutral zone, picked up by Bushke. Bushke over to Weed. Weed sends it up to Noble. Noble dumps it in. And then sent out by North. And covered by Josh. Have a defensive zone face-off here for Max Motter. 51 seconds left in this power play. Won it back to Bino over to Weed. Weed trying to break out. Looks like he'll take it on himself. Pass it over to Phillips. Picked up by Weed at the point. Weed dumps it back into Phillips. Covered by Weed at the point. Weed dumps it back in. Picked up by Hummel. Hummel shoots. Saved. An offensive zone face-off here for Cade McCarron. McCarron wins it back to Benedetti. Benedetti over to Gio Karras. Back to Benedetti. And frozen by Eau Claire. Shot there was by Keegan McCarron. Another face-off here for Cade McCarron. Moves it back to the point for Keegan McCarron over to Carey. Carey taking it in the neutral zone. Back over to Myro. Step back in, back to the neutral zone. Recovered by Gio Karras just in time. Gio Karras back to Bushke. Or Myro, excuse me. Picked up by Gio Karras, entering the offensive zone. Shoots. It's just tipped. Not the glove of the Eau Claire North goalie. Picked up by Carey. Carey dumps it back in over to McCarron. McCarron up to Myro. Myro shoots. It's just blocked off of Carey. Sucked up to the point for Gio Karras. Gio Karras shoots. Saved. Just missed by Cade McCarron. And sent out by Eau Claire. That'll be icing. 7:42 left in the first period here. Have an offensive zone face-off here for Ian Noble. Otto picks it up, shoots, backhand, just save. And sent out, going into the defensive zone. Lemieux with pressure on. Diverts it over to Benedetti. Benedetti, Otto, up to Osmar. Osmar sends it off the wall and just tips it, picks it up in the corner. Sends it up to the point for Benedetti. Benedetti fumbles it. It's sent back, picked up by North. Picked up by Eddie Noble. And sent back up to the point for Lemieux. Back over to Ian Noble. Ian Noble was hit on the play. That'll be, looks like that will be a penalty. Have another power play here for the Tritons. Face-off win back to Mater. Mater down to Bushke. Back to the point for Mater. Mater shoots. Saved. Sent out of the zone, just stopped by Mater. Mater within the neutral zone over to Benedetti. Benedetti up to Noble. Tipped off, picked up by Bushke in the offensive zone. Shot saved. Picked up by Benedetti. Benedetti shoots wide. Picked up in the corner by Bushke. Sends it up to the point for Mater. Back to Bushke. Back to Mater at the point. Mater shoots, tipped. Just off high at the glass. Picked up and shot by Noble. It was wide in the net. Back up to the point for Mater. It picked up by North. Sends it off the wall. Recovered by Ian Noble. Covered by Bushke in the defensive zone. Trying to get it out. It sends it up to the pressure on McCarron. McCarron just can't make it. Sent off the wall back to Keegan McCarron off the wall into the zone. Battling forward in the corner here, recovered by Cade McCarron. Just tipped out of the zone. To be recovered by Nick Dino. Sent over to Keegan McCarron. Tries to get to the middle, no one was there, and sent out of the zone by North, and that will be no icing. Jurkar's taken out of the zone, both teams full strength now. Jurkar still with the puck. Sends it off the wall. Just missed pass for Hummel. Recovered by Myro in the defensive zone off the wall to Phillips. Just missed pass. And dumped back into the zone. Jurkar's moving out of the zone with it. Kick out to Hummel. Hummel trying to stay with it. Keeps the puck, shoots. Save. Sent over to Mater. Mater back to Phillips. Phillips tries to get to the middle. Save. They're battling for it on the wall. Taken by Mater. Mater back to Benedetti at the point. Shoots. It's just tipped by Phillips. Back to Benedetti. Benedetti shoots. Those tipped again and sent out of the zone by North. And that will be icing. 3:36 left in the first period. Offensive zone face-off here for Ian Noble. Face-off lost back. North with possession, trying to break out. Take to the neutral zone. Makes a move on Bino. Moving through, gets a shot away. And glove save by Jaspy. Have a defensive zone face-off here for Noble. It's back to Myro. Myro tries making a move, intercepted by North. North trying to get it up to the point. Just sailed out, be delayed offsides as the North team tags up. Into the zone by Gio Karras, recovered by North, dump back into the zone. We're battling for it on the wall here. Now we're picked up by Ian Noble and intercepted by North. North tries to get into the center. Get possession in the middle. Shot saved by Jaspy back to the point. Just out of the zone for North. Moving to the neutral zone. Tries to dump it back in. Puck sent in the corner, picked up by North. Sent to the point. And intercepted and recovered by Osbar. Osbar sends it out. North moving into the offensive zone. Intercepted by Benedetti. Benedetti up to Bushki. Bushki gets it off the wall. Still with possession on a one-on-one. Shoots that was just tipped out of bounds. Face off here from Bushki. Bushki wins it over to Noble. Back up to Lemieux at the point. Lemieux dumps it back in. Got a battle on the wall. Taken up by North. North off the wall. Trying to break out. It's just missed pass. They'll call it icing. 1:38 left in the first period here. The face off here for Cade McCarron. McCarron wins back to the point, picked up by Lemieux. Lemieux sends it back down to Keegan McCarron. McCarron off the wall to the point for Benedetti, dribbles out of the zone. Recovered and sent over to Lemieux. Picked up and sent back to Benedetti. Benedetti up to carry. And tipped off and sent into the zone. Offensive zone. Heavy pressure on by the Notre Dame offense. Slap shot from the point for Lemieux. Didn't make it to the goalie. He was blocked. One minute left in the period here. Pass up to the point for Lemieux. Lemieux slap shot just blocked. Set back into the neutral zone. North trying to get something going here through the neutral zone. And dumps it in. Should be recovered by Lemieux. Intercepted by North. North is session at the point, shoots. Doesn't make it to the goalie. Picked up by Cade McCarron. McCarron moving through the neutral zone. Enters the offensive zone over to kick out to Carey. Carey tries to make a move. Can't make it through. Up to the point for North. Picked up by Motter. Motter trying to move through the zone in his last 5 seconds on a breakaway. 2-0. Pass to the middle. Shot score. With 1 second left. That was the goal by Phillips from Motter. At 0.4 seconds left on the clock. That was quite the goal, I gotta say. The final shots for the first period were 13 for the Tritons and 7 for the Huskies. Cade McCarron here starting us off with a face-off at center ice. Sent in the zone by North, and they'll call that icing. Offensive zone face-off here for McCarron. One back to North. North off the wall and picked up by Carey. Carey trying to do something with it, but tipped out by North. North trying to break out, intercepted by Benedetti. Benedetti tries getting a shot off, but picked up by North. Sent back over to Keegan McCarron. McCarron makes a move, sends it off the wall back to North. North making a pass here in the neutral zone, picked up by Carey. Carey enters the offensive zone on a 3-on-2. Just miss opportunity for McCarron there. Sent out by Caden McCarron. Dumped in to be covered by Gio Karras. Gio Karras sauce pass up to McCarron, over to McCarron. Makes a move, Keegan makes a move, and just save. An offensive zone face-off here for Max Motter. It's back to the point for Gio Karras. Gio Karras dumps it in. They're battling for it on the wall. Step back into the zone. Motter battling for it. Sends it over to Phillips. Phillips with possession off the wall to Motter. It's hit there. Dumped back in by Phillips. Picked up by Motter. Motter to the center for Hummel. Hummel shoots a save. Puck still loose. Picked up by Motter. Motter tries to get a wraparound. Set back into the zone over to Hummel by Gio Karras. Tries to get to the middle to Motter, but tipped out. Shot by Myro, saved. North moves through the neutral zone on 2-on-2. Makes a move. It was a great hit by Tommy Gio Karras to stop that chance. And covered by Jashke. Defensive zone faceoff here for Ian Noble. One back to North, but intercepted by Noble. Noble taking out of the zone through the neutral zone. And picked up by Bino. Bino breakout pass up to Osbar. Osbar makes a move over to Noble. Noble taking the offensive zone, tries to make a move. Can't get past him. Picked up by Osbar. Osbar moving around the net. Still with possession. Battle for on the wall, picked up by Noble. Noble shoots backhand just wide. And sent high off the glass into the defensive zone to be recovered by Weed. Weed sends it up, cross-ice pass up to Osbar. Osbar shoots, saved, and covered by North. Offensive zone face-off here for Pushki. And recovered by Revelinski. Revelinski shoots wide. And sent up to the point for Benedetti. Benedetti dumps it back in to be recovered by North. Pushki still with possession, making moves, trying to get to the center, but intercepted by North. Back to the point for Lemieux. Lemieux dumps it back in. Puck behind the net. Bushki putting pressure on. And picked up by North. North trying to break out. Pass up to Lemieux. Lemieux slap trials tipped by Noble. And sent off the glass by North back in the neutral zone. Intercepted by North, going in the offensive zone on a 2-on-2 chance. Can't get anything going. And sent off the wall by Erlinski, covered by North in their defensive zone. Sends it high off the glass. Back recovered by Lemieux. Lemieux backhand and then sent out by Noble. Picked up by Benedetti in the defensive zone. Tries to make a move. Recovered by North. And intercepted, taken out. Tries to get past up to Carey. Carey loses it. Back to North. North moving in the offensive zone. Shoots wide. Carey pass up to McCarron. McCarron moving to the defensive zone over to his brother. It's sent up. North entering the zone on a 2-on-2. Shoots the glove save by Jashke. 10 minutes left in the second period here. Picked up by Gio Karras, trying to break out, looking for a pass. They're battling for it here. And dump back into the zone over to Myro. Myro tries getting it up to Phillips. It's sent back in. Pass up to Phillips again. And dumped in by Giocaris. Picked up by Hummel. Hummel off the wall trying to get a wraparound. Battling for it over here. Sent to the middle. Just missed by Phillips. Back to the point for Giocaris. And Giocaris comes back in. Looks like there will be an interference call here. An interference call on Gabe Phillips with the Tritons. Looks like we'll have a penalty kill for the next 2 minutes. Face off for Carey. Sent out. North regrouping in the neutral zone. Just tipped back by Keegan McCarron. North moved through. Pass over entering the offensive zone. Intercepted by McCarron and knocked out. Covered by North in their defensive zone. Making passes off the wall. Yet again recovered by Motter. Sent up to the point. Shoot saved by Jafke. Puck's so loose, they're battling for it by the net. Sent up to the point. Intercepted by Carey. Carey knocks it off the glass. Dumps it in, no icing. Picked up by North. North moving through the neutral zone, trying to enter the offensive zone. They'll call that icing. We'll have an offensive zone face-off here for Eddie Noble. Face-off lost back to North. Sends it down the ice, and that'll be an icing call. Looks like they'll wave that off. Rimmed around by Giocaris. Moving up to the point. Sent out by Cade McCarron. North regrouping in their picked up by Giocaris, sent it to the point from North. Shoots, those blocked by Eddie Noble and sent out of the zone. 18 seconds left in this penalty kill. Noble battling for it in the corner, picked up by North. North moving out of the zone. 5 seconds left on their power play. Now, full strength for both teams. Picked up by Phillips and dumped in. And dumped back in by Giocaris. To be picked up by North. Back to the point for Weed. Weed shoots. Saved. Recovered. An offensive zone face-off here for Max Motter. Moves it back to the point for Bino. Bino shoots. He's blocked by North. And dumped back in by Bino. Motter battling for it in the corner. They're still battling for it. Sends back into the corner. Kicked off the wall by Hummel. Battling for it behind the net now. Expect they might blow the whistle on this one. Never mind now. North breaking it out. off the wall, dumped in. Back off the wall to Hummel, over to Weed. Weed moving out of the zone off the wall. Back to North. And North dumps it back in. No icing. Several shots there for North, all saved. Slap shot from the point, blocked by Weed. Battling for it in the corner. Sent up to the point. Shot blocked. Sent up to the point again for North. Back end off the wall, intercepted by Revelinski. Dumped back in. North trying to get something going in the offensive zone. Over the center shot, saved by Jaski, picked up by Bino, back up to the point. Picked up by Bino. Puck back in the corner. Covered by Revelinski. Took it out of the zone. And dumped back in. Covered by North, tipped out by Bino. Covered by North again. And sent out by Bino for a change. Played off the wall by the Eau Claire North goalie, taken into the zone. And deflected by Benedetti to get back out of the zone. Then knocked off the wall by Keegan McCarron. McCarron on a breakaway. Shoots. Saved. Noel tried getting the rebound on there. Couldn't quite get it. And then shot from the point by Lemieux. Saved. 3:52 left in the second period. Having offenses on face-off for Cade McCarron. The rebound goal for, looks like might be Keegan McCarron. That was Cade McCarron bringing it behind the net to the middle. And then put in by his brother, Keegan. So that'll be McCarron for McCarron. Got center ice face off here to get us going again for Ian Noel. Face off lost back to North. North dumps it in. Looks like they'll give credit for the assist to Ben Carey as well. Battling for it on the wall now. Take it out. Pass it over to Gio Karras. Gio Karras up off the wall to Osbar. Osbar moving in the offensive zone. A 3-on-2. It's just tipped out and falls into the boards. Gio Karras trying to pinch and stop him. Covered by Osbar. Osbar moving through, gets a shot away over to... Excuse me. Osbar did not get the shot away there. It was the pass to Ian Noble for the goal. So it'll be Noble from Osbar and Gio Karras for the Triton's third goal of the night. Face-off win back to Benedetti over to Lemieux off the wall. To Hummel. Picked up by Motter entering the zone. Motter gets a shot away, saved. Sent back into the corner. Battling for it. Covered by Hummel. Hummel tries to get to the center, back up to the point. Knocked back in by Benedetti over to Mater. Mater down to Hummel. Hummel moving up to the point. Top of the circle, down to Mater. Mater to the middle, no one was there to shoot. Back up to the point for Benedetti. Down to Hummel. Hummel tried to get it to the middle. No one was there. Picked up by North in the corner, trying to break it out. Kept in the zone by Phillips. Phillips knocks it off the wall, dumps it back in. And sent high off the glass out of the zone by North. Covered by Caden McCarron. McCarron moving to the neutral zone. And covered by North. We'll call that offsides. Have a neutral zone face off here for Caden McCarron. McCarron wins it back into the zone. He recovered by Weed. Weed sends it back to Carey. Intercepted by North. Shot saved. The shot from the point just picked up by North. Should have been a breakaway for Keegan McCarron. And dumped back in by North. Good hit by Bino to regain possession over to Weed. Just missed pass over to Keegan McCarron. Recovered and taken out of the zone for Caden McCarron. Making moves on a one-on-one here. Trips. Weed sends it off the wall over to Revelinsky. Revelinsky down to Hummel. Hummel down to Bushke in the corner. Back to the center for Noble. Noble can't get a shot away. That's the end of the second period. 3-0 Tritons. Shots are 25 for Notre Dame and 11 for the Huskies. Welcome back to the Cornerstone Community Center. We'll be dropping the puck here shortly on the third period. We'll have Ian Noble getting us started here on the center ice faceoff. Or Ben Carey, excuse me. Off the wall back to Lemieux. He gets up to Phillips, back off the wall to Lemieux. They're battling for it on the wall. Sent off the wall by North in the neutral zone, back off the wall. Picked up by North, and then intercepted by Lemieux. Lemieux makes a move, moves to the neutral zone. It dumps it in. North moving out of the zone here. And dumps it in. Picked up by Benedetti. Sent off the wall by Otto up to. Looks like there will be a high sticking call on Eau Claire North. Offensive zone faceoff here for Bushke to start off this power play. Also a backhand save. Sent to the point, dumped back in by Motter, and dumped back in by Benedetti. Sent off the wall by North, picked up by Osbar at the point, over to Motter. Back to Motter at the point. Shot saved by Bushke. Sent out of the zone, regrouping in the neutral zone. Motter over to Bushke. Up to Noble, back to Bushke. Bushke enters the zone. Shoots wide. Hit by Osbar at the point off the wall down to. Picked up by Drew Karras at the point. Down to Bushke. Bushke still with possession. Shoots tipped, just saved. Drew Karras shoots blocked. And sent out of the zone. Looks like there will be a tripping call on the play on Tommy Giocaris. To have a 4-on-4 action for the next 44 seconds. Starting off here in the defensive zone, we have Ian Noble taking the face off. Taken out of the zone by Hummel. Hummel on a 1-on-2 enters the zone. Taking up the wall. And recovered by North. Hit by Carey. Carey recovers. Or, that was Noble, excuse me. Sent down to Hummel in the corner. Picked up by Benedetti. Benedetti over to Noble. Noble around the net. And it'll be covered by North. An offensive zone face-off here for Carey. Carey wins it back to Motter. That was sent out of bounds. Another face-off here for Carey. Sent into the offensive zone. Battle for picked up by Carey. Carey loses it. Oscar with it on a one-on-one opportunity. Backhand shot save. Now on a penalty kill for the next 54 seconds. We have an offensive zone face-off here for Noble. Sent out to the point for Myro. Myro dumps it down to Phillips and then recovered by North. Knocked off the wall by Phillips. Covered by North. Sent high off the glass. Took off the wall again back to North. North regrouping in their defensive zone. Sent out of the zone by Benedetti and dumped back in by North. Sent to the center, tried to get it to Noble. Sent back into the corner. Noble's battling for it. And recovered by North. Shoots tipped by Noble. Puck loose, taken out by Noble, still with possession. Back to Benedetti. Benedetti up to Otto. Otto sends it up to Osbar. Osbar moving in, tries to get a shot off, gets tipped away. Picked up by Motter in the neutral zone. Motter back to the center for Noble. Noble tries to get a shot. Puck's still loose. Scored. Couple rebounds and just tapped in by Noble. Center ice face-off here for Bushke. Send it back to Motter. Motter off the wall to Noble, and Noble taps it in. Battling for it on the wall. Taken out by Noble. Sent back to North. Suki will dump it in. Sent off the wall by North. Taking on a shot. Shoots. Saved by Jashke. 9:10 left in the third period. Have a defensive zone face-off here for Ian Noble. So that was Ben Carey, excuse me. Hummel takes it in the zone, dumps it in. Phillips battling for it on the wall. Picked up by North, taking it out of the zone. They're covered by Hummel. Puck did not leave the zone. Sent high off the glass by North. Sales pass Lemieux. Sent into the Notre Dame defensive zone. Picked up by Gio Karras over to Osbarn. Osbarn up to carry and intercepted. Tipped by Gio Karras. He dumps it in. North trying to get something going. Sends it off the wall. Picked up by Osbar. Sent back into the neutral zone. Covered by Gio Karras. Gio Karras makes a move. Picked up by North again. And they'll call that offside. Have a neutral zone face-off here for Noble. Puck sails back into the North zone. They'll call that icing. Have an offensive zone face-off here for Noble once again. Picked up by North. North moving to the neutral zone and sent into the defensive zone. Battling for it on the wall. Picked up by Weed. Weed sends it off the wall, intended for Kitchenmaster. Sails into the North zone. Picked up by Olowinski. Olowinski entering the zone. Olowinski sends it to the middle for Noble. Oh, shoot, save. Picked up by Revolinsky. Picked up by Revolinsky again, entering the offensive zone. Just tipped out. Picked up by Bino. It's sent back into the defensive zone. Bino picks it up. Sends it off the wall to Revolinsky. Then picked up by Noble. Noble entering the offensive zone on a one-on-one. Noble shoots. Just wide. Bino over to Benedetti. Benedetti moving in. It was a back end by Noble. It tipped out. Face off here for Carey. Over to North. North moving out of the zone. Dumps it in. No icing. Picked up by Myro. Battling for it here. Picked up by Carey. Still battling for it on the wall. Sent back into the corner to be recovered by Myro. Shot by Carey. That'll be a goal. Goal from Carey to make it 5-0. Dumped into the zone by Otto. 5:15 left in the game. Looks like there will be an interference penalty on Blake Osbar for a Triton penalty kill. Face off here for Noble. Went out to Noble. Noble moving out of the zone. Off the wall, recovered by North. North trying to break out. Nice hit by Ian Noble. But possession regained by North. North moving in on an odd man rush. Shoots just high off the glass. Puck dribbles out of the zone, back in for a delayed offsides. Taken out of the zone and dumped in by Modern. North moving out of the zone, off the wall. Sent in by Myro. Tries to get a cross ice pass. Doesn't connect. Sent out of the zone by Myro. Sent back in by North. Off the wall to Myro. Myro makes a move. Battling for it on the wall. North sends it up to the point. Slap shot and just wide. North still with possession at the point. Shoots tipped just wide. Sent out of the zone by Myro. No icing on that to be recovered by Benedetti. Both teams at full strength now, recovered by Eddie Noble. Noble off the wall. Ervolinski just misses it. Recovered by Noble. Noble up to Benedetti. Benedetti moving to the neutral zone. Kick out to Bushke. That'll be covered by North. 2:31 left in the game. 5-0 Tritons. The offensive zone face up here for Carey. Shot by Phillips, save. After the point, Bino sends it back to Weed. Weed tries to get it up to Carey, just was passed. Sends it off the wall to North. Sent back into the zone. Picked up by Bino. Bino breakout pass to Hummel. Hummel trying to keep possession. And recovered by Weed. Recovered by Weed behind the net. Sends it off the wall. Battling for it on the wall here, picked up by North. Bino sends it up to Phillips. Picked up by Ian Noble in the defensive zone. Off the wall to Osborne. Osbar still with possession. Tries to get it over to Otto. And tipped. Regained possession by Benedetti. Then up to the point. Rattling forward on the wall. North moving around to the zone. Pass up for a 1-on-2. Can't get a shot away. Pass over to Osbar. Osbar moving out of the defensive zone. Moose has 2 defenders. Moose has 3 defenders. Can't get a shot away. Off the wall for Gio Caras. Picked up by Bushke. Bushke over to Myro. Myro shoots, save. Picked up by North. North trying to break out. Pass out. They'll call that offside. We have 12 seconds left in the game here. Back to the point for Weed. Weed over to Mater. Mater shoots. Save. Last face off of the game here for Bushke. And that will do it. Final score 5-0 for JV Tritons win. Final shots in the game are 34 for the Tritons and 14 for the Huskies of Eau Claire. Thanks for tuning in.